About 150 years ago, a small fort was built by the U.S. Army a few miles from this spot. William Williams, the garrison sutler, arrived with the first party of soldiers. Now, Williams loved Iowa, especially this part of the Des Moines River Valley. So much so that when the Army abandoned this outpost, Williams decided to stay behind to build a new life. Good morning. Along with his teenage son, he set about to create a community. Come on inside, I have something I want to show you. By spring 1851, the settlement was called Fort Dodge. Ever since that time, men and women with William Williams' pioneer spirit have found that life in Fort Dodge in Webster County was everything he hoped it would be. Their stories are captured in this pictorial history called the Book of Days. Fort Dodge has a fascinating past, a progressive present, and an unlimited future. Join me for a look at what Fort Dodge, Webster County, and Iowa have to offer. Just 18 years after William Williams laid out the plat for Fort Dodge, a commercial use was developed for the vast deposits of gypsum rock that lay just under the black topsoil of Webster County. In 1884, local entrepreneurs patented a process that transforms gypsum into wallboard plaster. Today, gypsum products manufactured in Webster County are used to build homes like these in Fort Dodge and buildings of all kinds all over the world. Uniquely located with 6 major metropolitan areas all within a few hours of Fort Dodge, Webster County is a center for transportation, communications, technology, and services. As a result, Webster County and Fort Dodge offer lifestyle advantages and a business environment unequaled by cities much, much larger. Since the early 1980s, tremendous economic incentives and tools have been put into place statewide and locally to build and nurture a solid economic base of manufacturing, research, and technology.
Well, the planning department in Fort Dodge has played a fairly extensive role in economic development, as well as ensuring that what does develop is done in a compatible and orderly way. We try to ensure that the fiscal interest of the city is protected, as well as the interest of development itself, so that it's a good place to do business and that people aren't burdened with a lot of extra bureaucracy and extra cost. We have got a tremendous retail base that will probably always be the mainstay of the community. Our location is such that it has allowed Fort Dodge to have the highest retail sales per capita of all cities, over 20,000 in population within the state of Iowa, and that is fairly significant in that it's a pretty good indication of how regional a center Fort Dodge is. We draw from a significant distance to the north and primarily northwest of the community. And I think one thing that's fairly important is we not only draw retail and service business from this large geographic trade area, but we also draw labor. And the access to labor in the city of Fort Dodge and within Webster County is significantly greater than the population would indicate if you were looking at purely demographic numbers.
There are certain things that a plant like ours need, like the sewage and the proper supply of natural gas and things like that, and the city really helped us out. And what I see now with the city is we've always worked close together. Now our policies, and Friskies is a part of the Nestle's, and my personal policy and our company policy is we want to be good neighbors. And we've always worked with the city and the sewage departments and all this other stuff, and we've been very open, and we've done a good job doing what we're supposed to do as corporate citizen. And in turn, the city has always worked with us, and if we have problems, we're open with them, and they're open with us, and we work out any of our problems. And the key is, I think, is from our standpoint, we want to be straight and honest, and it's come right back from us. If we have a situation we need to work on, we can sit down because they're honest with us and they can help us out. And it's worked out real well.
Preparing our citizens to manage and operate these new high-tech businesses is the work of three vital educational resources: the top-notch public schools, strong parochial schools, and Iowa's innovative community college system.
Students graduating from Iowa schools have what appears to be a real advantage over students graduating from other schools throughout the country. I've had the opportunity in my professional alliances to visit other states and view their educational programs, some of which are highly touted. But as I come back home and I look at the education provided to students in Iowa and Fort Dodge specifically, they're trendsetters. They're out in front of the rest of the nation as far as the performance scores. I think the way that we prepare our young people for being able to function in a society beyond a school setting is outstanding. I think part of that's because of the outstanding work ethic that's known throughout the Midwest and specifically in Iowa. It's alive and well here in Fort Dodge, and that helps make students and education in general definitely advantageous over others.
The natural beauty that drew the pioneers to settle Webster County has been cultivated just as carefully as the economic landscape has. The Butler home has been lovingly restored to its original splendor by the current owner. The Blandon Art Museum, one of the premier small museums in the country, sits at the center of this neighborhood. Olson Park is the home of the Carl King Band. Carl King, the internationally celebrated composer of Barnum and Bailey's Favorite, founded our municipal band and directed it for 50 years until his death in 1971. Sunday evening band concerts are still treasured family moments at the Olson Park Band Shell every summer. Nowhere is the Iowa spirit of community and caring better exemplified than here at Trinity Regional Hospital, which has forged innovative alliances with communities and physicians to stabilize the delivery of rural health services. Trinity Regional Hospital owns and manages intermediate care facilities and negotiates mobile service agreements which bring state-of-the-art technologies to the area. A large portion of Iowa will soon be covered by a comprehensive rehabilitation network conceived and developed by Trinity Regional and two of Iowa's largest tertiary care centers. Trinity's patient-focused care environment has already reduced costs, improved efficiencies, and contributed to a higher level of patient satisfaction.
We view ourselves as part of a larger Fort Dodge community as we look at developing strong regional ties. We agree, as many in our community do, that Fort Dodge will grow and thrive and survive in the future as we develop these outside regional linkages. And really, Fort Dodge is a regional center, so the hospital and healthcare activities parallel that effort as we look at what we're doing with these regional communities. We've seen dramatic growth in the medical staff at Trinity Regional Hospital, and we think that that strategic objective of aligning ourselves strongly with these rural primary care physicians has been a major reason for that success. When you can show a specialist as they visit our community and look at establishing a practice that there are 35 primary care physicians in smaller communities surrounding Fort Dodge as potential referral sources for patients, that really gets their attention quickly. And so we've seen approximately 10 additional specialists over the last 2 years join our medical community. And it's sort of a synergism as we help the smaller rural communities become stronger and keep good health care at that rural setting. We in turn then can grow stronger on the secondary level basis by adding more specialists here.
Medicine has come a very long way from this 1907 scene of Webster County's first hospital. And our community has come a long way from the lonely, deserted outpost that William Williams' effort nurtured into a living, breathing community. The Fort Dodge Historical Society and the Dragoons, a volunteer group, support our Fort Museum. This is the main site of Fort Dodge's largest annual celebration, Frontier Days. A buckskinner's rendezvous, a parade, arts and craft shows, musical entertainment, all manner of things to eat, and much, much more attract tens of thousands of people every year to Fort Dodge to help us celebrate our past. But today, Iowa, Webster County, and Fort Dodge are looking toward the future. Webster County Vision 2000 is a group of citizens from all walks of life working together to create a comprehensive vision for the future.
Vision 2000 is a process that was initiated by a local group of people, independent of municipal or county government and independent even of our Webster County Industrial Development Commission. And the intention was to help gain viewpoints from all citizens within the county to facilitate the planning and the activities that the Webster County Industrial Development Commission has been undertaking in recent years, as well as those activities that local governments have been undertaking. It was an attempt to address all areas, not just economic, but also cultural, recreational, government itself, and a variety of other activities to make this a fiscal and a fiscally sound and a good quality of life area in which to locate both business and residences.
What comes up is, would I recommend another industry to move to Fort Dodge? Well, I would wholeheartedly recommend it. I'd say that, you know, the benefits are a super workforce, a city that is cooperative, really wants to work with you to help your business not only locate but develop afterwards. I think those are probably the key things. And the other factor is family life. Like I said earlier, I've watched my family grow and develop and get a super education here, and it's just a good place to raise a family.
Here at the dawn of the 21st century, as we remember William Williams and the innovators who founded our community in the 19th century, we here in Fort Dodge and Webster County carry their pioneer spirit with us. That's why we proudly say Fort Dodge is the frontier of the future.